Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a painting. It's going to be a floral landscape. In my video talking about the painting I did for my friend Kayla, I was talking about these purple flowers that I like to paint. And I said I would do a video just kind of showing how I paint those. And instead of just doing a video on how I paint just the one flower, I thought well, why don't I just paint a whole landscape scene? So I went online and found a reference picture of a mountain with some flowers. They look like blue bonnets. And I guess that the flowers that I paint are very similar to blue bonnets, so they're close enough. And like I said in my previous video, I don't really like to give the flower a name because it can be any kind of flower that's cone shaped with lots of blooms, and there's plenty of flowers that match that description. So I don't want to tell people like this is how you paint a blue bonnet specifically, or this is how you paint like a hyacinth or something like that. It's just a tall purple flower. And I got this new watercolor paper that I wanted to paint on, and I'm painting in acrylic on the watercolor paper, which is also fine. It's just a thick paper that soaks up paint pretty well, and it's just really satisfying to paint on. So that's why I'm using this. I just bought the book. This is the first page of it. I'm so excited to, put some color on it, and it's just a small little tiny square. I mean, it's like the size of my hand. So I don't have to like dedicate a bunch of time or anything. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but we're just gonna go. And you feel free to paint along at home if you want to. This isn't like a Bob Ross get it done as fast as possible situation. Like just take your time, And even though I'm following along with this reference, and I'll show you the reference, this is it. And even though I'm following along with it, I'm still going to kind of just do my own thing, here and there. It's not going to look exact. It doesn't have to. I'm going to add a little bit of white down here. Just do what makes you happy, you know what I mean? That's all. I hope everybody's been doing well. I don't know what to talk about. I guess I can start by saying that when I posted the Gift for God Art Challenge, we got a lot of really enthusiastic responses, and that is so good. I'm so excited to see a bunch of people come together in with so much love and kindness, and everyone seems really happy to create a gift for the Lord. In fact, Rainydays Rainbows has already posted her gift for God, and it was so beautiful. Now, she didn't post a video, so I don't know how to put that on the playlist. She put it in her community tab. So what I'll do is in the description of this video, I will link Rainy's channel so y'all can go check her out and go to her community tab and see the gift that she created for the Lord. She posted a picture that she took, and she wrote a beautiful letter to him. And I think that it was just so sweet, and I loved reading it. And honestly, that's the kind of thing that anytime you, goodness, how do I word it? It's good to go back to, you know what I mean? Sometimes someone will post something that's so tender, and you can always go back and reread it, and it's I'm so bad at words. I wish I was like more, I wish I could speak more sophisticatedly, you know. You can go back for like inspiration and stuff, and I don't know, it's hard to explain how I feel. Anyway, like I guess if you're ever wanting to, because I know it's, even though it's personal from her heart, it can still inspire others in how to speak with God in a kind-hearted kind of way. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. You know, I don't know. I'm kind of dumb. In any case, I don't know why I talk ever. Okay, I'm gonna just mix up a little bit of baby purple and baby blue to get these mountains. Give it more of a pastel color. I don't know what the color is, but we're just going with it, you know? And we've got, we're going to start here. And we're just going to kind of go up. Boop, 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 boop. And then back down. And then up again a little bit. Woo. And then down. And then this way. Shoop. Some jutting out over here. Yeah, there we go. And then there's like some mountains in the back over here that are kind of lower. And those will be like misty, I guess. I don't know. So I'm going to base this out, just kind of block it out. I've never really been all that great at painting like rocks, but I feel like with time, I feel like I get better with each passing year. Each time I try to paint a rock, I feel like I get a little bit better. Still not where I would like to be with it, but it's better than what it was years ago, you know? And looking back at your work and you can see your growth. Get off there. Get off my brush. There we go. Let's get a little more blue and purple mixed together and get this color again. There we go. Paint this. I'm excited to see what other people do too. Like, because, you know, the gift for God is, it's personal to you and him. And that's what's going to make it like so unique, you know, like I'm so excited to see what each person's special gift is for him. And I've had some thoughts about kind of what I might do, but I haven't solidified yet, you know, because I want it to be special and I want him to be happy with it. And I know like anything we gift him, he'll be happy with, but still there's a little bit of pressure there, you know. I guess there's a little bit of pressure in everything we do in life. Maybe I'll do a little bit more blue heavy for that background mountain. And then Miss Dina Tollefson, her her art. Oh my gosh, I lost the word I'm trying to say. Challenge. I hate it. Her art challenge, it's Valentine's Day themed. And so I've been thinking about what to do for that as well. There's so much to do. And here I am not doing any of it. I'm doing this. Procrastinating stuff. I don't know. All right. Let's do some white mixed in with this color we've already got for the highlight. You know, Bob Ross, he uses a spatula when he's highlighting the mountains with snow and stuff. So I'm wondering, how do I want to do it? Maybe I'll just do like this. All right, here we go. We're just going to shape it out a little bit. We're going to do that there. And then go up. Oh my gosh. We're going to go up this way a little bit. Like that. Down. I don't want it to be fully like solid. I want to try to break it up. Give the illusion of the texture, you know. Go this here. Some there. And all of the white of this mountain is on the bottom, which is weird. Let's put some on the top a little. Let's do like that. And we'll put some over here. Yeah, and then some going in this direction. We'll put some right here. And then some going down. And put some there. Cool. Does that look like mountains? Let's do some shading. I'm going to get a dark purple, mix it in with this color that I already have to create a mid-tone, like a pastel-y, purpley blue mid-tone. And I'm going to use a thinner brush. Boop. Right here. This little baby. Get it wet. All right, and we're gonna go in. That's really pretty. And I'm just gonna lightly just brush in some of this to help create some shape to these mountains. Whoa, I stuck my hand in it. Right here will be good. Yeah. And then some right there. Get some in these creases. There's some sun shining like right in this spot on the picture, which creates like a harsh contrast line. What should we title this video? Like, how to paint pastel mountain scene, how to paint floral landscape. I don't know. And I feel like we could even add just a touch more of that dark purple for even darker, just to give it more depth, you know. Add a little bit of water to it. Yes. And, you know, I bought this watercolor paper because I was talking to Elf Lord on YouTube about like our favorite art mediums, and we were talking, and I told him, I said like watercolor is my least favorite because I'm so bad at it, and he was like, oh, I love using watercolor, you know, and I have a bunch of friends on here who like to paint in watercolor too. And so it got me thinking like, well, maybe I should just start practicing more with it, and maybe I would grow to like it if I practiced more. So I bought this paper to practice, and what am I doing? I'm using acrylic. It'll happen. I'll get there. I'm just insecure is all, but we'll see. You don't just start out being good at stuff, you know. And it's not that I'm like really good at acrylic either. I'm just more comfortable with it, you know. I feel like it's because I can control it better. I can't control the watercolor. I've used watercolor in the past and it gives me anxiety because, you know, you stick that paint, it's all wet and it just spreads everywhere and you can't really control where you want it to go, and it takes a lot of I don't know, time and energy to control it. And I'm one of those, like, I want it done now. You know, I want to know how to do it right out of the gate. So yeah, I do get frustrated, and I need to learn to not let my emotions get the best of me with stuff like that. I need to remind myself that, like, it takes time, and don't freak out, don't panic. It's okay. Let's add a little more white to that. Man, I could paint these mountains all day. Here, add some more blue. This little baby blue. What color did we get? That color. I'm just trying to break up some of that highlighted stuff that I did earlier. Trying to add some texture and shape. Maybe even going into this dark purple that I did a second ago. Yeah, right there. Add some going in other directions. Already been 17 minutes. My goodness, I paint slow like a little old lady. Get some going in here. My dishwasher's just going. Dishwasher ASMR. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. Probably a little bit. Here we go. Nice lumpy purple mountains. Now, in the picture, the one in the back is like not textured at all. It's very misty looking, and there is a cloud kind of peeking out right there. And I do need to put some clouds and stuff in the sky, which I got plenty of colors for those. So let's see if we can do that right now. And they're really, really light and airy, so I'm going to try to do that. I got my brush really wet, and let's start with that dark, there's a dark blue. All right, here we go. There's a little dark blue wisp here, and then purple and pink, and it just kind of like does like that number. Okay. There's the blue. And it's kind of this way, and it's doing that number, and there's these little swipes. And some very light coming up in this area. And then we're going to get that pink. And I got a little bit of red, which I'm going to mix with this baby pink. Oops, my blue's still in it. I forgot to wash my brush. Crapola. Well, that's just dirty. Alright, let me wash my brush. Here, let's try that again. Maybe I'll just mix the red and the white together. I don't know. There, let's throw that pink on top. The one I just made looked like a little bit of mauve. Okay, here we go. And then there's some of this here. Like a lipstick look. Like your grandma's lipstick or something. Some of that up here. Clouds. And then we got some going over here. And then that purple. That I'm mixing in with this pinky color. Right there. Just wisping it. And then you're like, this does not look like clouds. I know. I know they don't. Trying my best. It's okay. Get some of that baby blue that's in the sky. And I'm mixing it with that purple and red color for a little bit of a mid-tone to blend the two worlds together. Just looks like the same color as the mountain a bit. And then just straight baby blue. Just tapping it in. Like Happy Gilmore style. Tap it in. Give it a little taparoo. I do want a little more of that dark blue right here. And then that baby blue. That's pretty. I like it. Maybe some white. Let's see, where should we put the white? Right here? Just some straight up with the white. Yeah. And then there is that white cloud right there, so I guess I could go ahead and bring that in, just kind of like that, like right there. Let's bring some white up here. Look at that, it's still got a little bit of purple in the brush, so it's like going a little blue too, so it's kind of blending it really neat. That's cool. Nice. I like that. Okay, so what's next? Next, we clean our brush. Bob Ross in it. We're working from back to front, you know what I mean? We're gonna get our base down. Okay, there is some land back here. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna up. There we go. Getting it in. I'm trying to create like a sense of texture while I do it. It's gonna give the illusion that there's like you know, hills and stuff happening back there. So I'm holding my brush like this, and I'm just kind of going side to side and tapping it in instead of like I'm picking up the brush as I go, you know. And that way I can. It's gonna help with the illusion of grass and an organic, more painterly feel, rather than up here where I did that solid blue sky and I was painting more in swipes. Here I'm like you know, I'm just sticking it in. And I like when I'm painting landscapes personally for it to feel very painterly. I like for it to feel like there's a flow and an energy. I don't want it to feel static or, you know, boring at all. I want it to be interesting to look at. And so things like this for me, I feel are interesting to look at. Now, you can do whatever the heck you want to do. I'm not telling you what to do. You don't have to paint like me if you don't want to. You're more than welcome to. I'm not telling you you're not allowed to paint like me either. No one owns a style. By George, that drives me nuts. People always, they stole so-and-so's style. Like, stop that. No one owns a style. You can draw how you want and paint how you want. And if you like the way another artist does something, you're more than welcome to paint or draw the way they do if you find enjoyment out of it. And my whole argument behind that is if we weren't supposed to paint in other people's styles, then how come they teach you how to do it in school? They'll pull up the master artists of old and be like, this is called Impressionism. It's a style. I want you to make your assignment this week is to paint in that style, you know, and we're going to grade you on it. Or like, they'll be like, this is Cubism. It's a style from X artist, and I want you to do your assignment on that, you know, like, they teach us about different styles. So modern day artists, even if you've created your own style, you don't own it, babes. I'm sorry. And I'm sure you're not the only one on the planet who drew or paint that way. Like, other people draw and paint that way too. There's 7 billion people on this planet. You are not unique. Best believe. And I'll be honest with you, me personally, I feel like if someone liked the way I did something so much that they wanted to try to draw or paint the way I did it, I would find that to be a compliment, in my opinion. But that's just me. I can think what I want. Okay, I'm sticking a little bit of baby purple and a touch of red into the same green I was just using. I'm going to try to create like a pastel kind of earthy tone. And I'm going to mix it in right in here along the bank of this land I just created. Sticking it in. There's a little bit of a bank that goes in right here. And I'm going to bring that in right there as well. And then I'm going to do this number, and it's going to give it that illusion that, you know, there's some layering happening. Once again, I am not the best at talking and using good descriptive terms. There. I do want to just kind of sprinkle some in the middle. This is not going to be the only layer we put back here. There. Nice. Okay, so while that dries, we're going to get that super dark blue, and we're going to paint in that river with just the straight up blue color. And then I will also do the highlighting on it when I'm done. So here we go. I like this blue. It's really pretty. It's very vivid. Going along this bank here. Do you hear that? Such a good sound. Love painting. One of the reasons why I like painting so much is it's just easier on my wrist. When I'm drawing with pencil or on my tablet, my wrist, my whole hand will go numb, you know, and my wrist will start hurting. The tablet isn't as bad, the digital art, because you're not pressing as hard. But the pencils and pens, I'm pressing pretty hard. And but with paint, like, you're not pressing hard at all, and I'm not using my wrist in this motion as much. I'm going side to side, and I'm using, if you can see, I don't know if you can see. Let me lift this up. Oop, see that? I'm just moving my arm side to side, you know, like this, rather than this motion when you're drawing with a pencil. There you go. So yeah, it's a little easier on the wrist. It doesn't hurt. So I'm having more fun with it. Now, as I was telling Elf Lord in the comments on my last video, we were talking, well, I guess it was in the comments of the dragon video, but I was telling him that I think some of my best work comes from my pencil drawings, my doodles. I think it's in those moments I feel like I'm my most creative self. But the paintings are fun. They're more fun. What are some of y'all's favorite mediums to paint with and to draw with and stuff? Like, what are y'all's favorite art mediums? Or here's another question, like, if there was an art medium that you're either not that good at, like me, I'm not that great at watercolor, or an art medium you've never tried before, what would you like to start trying or start getting into or start practicing with, you know? Go ahead and you could share that in the comments, and maybe this will be a good video to motivate you to try something new or to practice on something that you feel like you want to start working on, you know? I'm putting some of that baby blue in here now. there's some up here. Just kind of mixing it in with this wet blue. So it's just not like a solid sheet of blue. Get some of this dark again. Kind of going in and blending it out, especially right here. It needs it bad. Here we go. Some of the light blue again. Grab this paintbrush here. This thinner. There we go. Nice. All right. Cool. Okay, water's done. Next, clean my brush out. This is turning out really nice. Wow, 37 minutes. What the heck-a-roni? Paint like a turtle. Get that all cleaned up. All right. I'm going to go in with this dark green again. This time we're going down here. I am going to be solid with this one, but it's because I'm blocking it. This will all be covered up with the flowers. To get right up on that water's edge. Ooh, painted my finger. Here we go. I guess I could have used a fatter brush to do this faster. Well, we're almost done. We're halfway there, y'all. And once we start popping the flowers in, it'll go really fast and it'll be finished. I'm just painting all over my desk. Get it in there. This green's kind of thin. And I probably should have pulled the paint or the paper out of the book before I started painting on it, because now I'm getting paint all underneath this page. Okay, all done. All right, so while that's drying, let's get this brush here. All right, so this is a coarse brush. I don't know if you can see it very well. See how the bristles are all coarse and rough? I use brushes like these to paint grass. You know what? This isn't even the brush I use. It's just all like busted from me like being rough with it over the years. Let's put that back. Sorry, this is a coarse brush. Here, let me pull out some more examples for you. These are all coarse brushes. All right, do you see how the bristles are all coarse and rough? The camera's on focus. This is what I use to paint grass. There you go. Now you see it. So anyway, I'm gonna use this one because it's such a small painting. I don't know if even I'm making a good choice doing that, but you tap it into the color. You get just a itty bitty bit of color. I don't know if y'all can see. See how little color's on that? It's perfect. Then you go in, and because the background is so far back, I'm just gonna do like dots, you know? I'm just gonna tap it, get some light green, and I'm gonna use it to highlight, and I'm just gonna tap it in, and I'm gonna go back and forth between this light color and that dark original color I was using to create depth throughout the background. I want to try to get the highlights in first to give it that overall shape. Ooh, don't put it in the wrong color, Megan. Here we go. Whoa, I messed up. Guess what? There's a tree there now. You know, Bob Ross says we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents. Don't forget it. Here we go. Put that there. Put this up in here. Get some of that in there. Heels. Are you painting along? Are you following? Don't forget to post your picture or your video somewhere online. Inspire others. The art you create is beautiful. It deserves to be seen, to be shared. Don't hide, you know, don't hide. All right, now let's get some of the dark green and just punch that in. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try my best. You know what? I think at this point we're gonna use that flatter edged brush. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, right along the edge there. Scratch it in. Okay. Some light in the back. Make sure you're breaking it up and not doing it too close together, so it's not like a big lump of the same color, you know. What else? Oh yeah, I was gonna make a little baby tree back there. I'm gonna get this little thin brush and I'm gonna load it up with some of that dark, and I'm gonna make like a little pine tree shape. back there. There we go. And then we'll do another one next to it, a little shorter. I'm just kind of tapping the color in, trying to be very gentle. Awesome. All right, now let's get that light green for the highlights. All right, ready? Boop. Boop it. There we go. Voila. Like magic. Okay, now, next we are going to do the highlights for the grass. And I'm going to get the grass in first, then I'll start making the flowers, and then I'll go back in with the brush and I'll punch some grass in between the flowers, so that way it's creating some layering there, you know. I want to use this brush, maybe. Okay, I got another one of them bristle brushes. I'm going to get some green. I put a little more green in it this time than the last time, because we're in the foreground, you know. I don't know if it's going to focus on it. Yeah. Anyway, let's scooch this up higher. All right, here we go. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to flick. All right. So I like to start at the back and work my way up to the front. But yeah, you just kind of flick the grass in. And the reason why I use a bristle brush is the bristles are kind of spread out and they're rough, and you can get more of a natural look with your grass. Some people use a fan brush. The fan brushes, in my opinion, are a little too soft, so it makes the grass, here, I'll just show you. Let me see, where's my little fan brush? Here's one. So this is a fan brush, and these are really soft brush fibers. And let's say I get some green on it, and I start flicking the grass in. See how the grass looks softer, and it's just more, it's not as separated as the first brush was. And personally, like, I'm not saying that you can't do it that way. I just like to do this one for my style of painting, you know? And maybe if I was doing a softer piece, then the other brush would be more appropriate. You just kind of got to play it by ear, dude. Like, it's your painting. Do what feels right to you, you know? I'm not going to tell you you're doing it right or wrong. It's not my business. And I try to make it a point to not criticize people's artwork unless they ask me to. Like, if they say, hey, look at this, I'm going to be like, oh my God, it looks so good. Beautiful. But if someone says, hey, I need your opinion on how this looks specifically or how to make it better, then I will put my 2 cents in and be like, well, maybe you should do it this way, or maybe you should use this brush or this pencil or whatever, and it might help, or watch this tutorial. But outside of that, like, usually I just give people compliments, because 9 times out of 10, like, someone's just looking for somebody to say you did a good job, you know? And art is subjective. Ew, I got that all over my book. Art is subjective anyways. There's no right or wrong way to do anything, you know? I've said it like a bazillion times. I'm not like the best artist on the planet. I'm not telling people they have to do it my way. Do what makes you happy, dude. And you put your heart and soul into it, so it is good, you know? That's all. Okay, there we go. Now we've got a nice textured grassy plain up here. I'm going to kind of do like what I did in the back. I'm going to get some of the dark. And I just want to go in and flick in a little bit of... I'm just going to go back and forth with the lights and the darks because I want it to have some depth. Even though we're putting a bunch of purple flowers in here and it might end up covering it, whatever doesn't get covered is going to show through. And I want it to be like visually interesting, you know? So I'm going to brush some of this in. All throughout. I might go back through with that light green again and just do another layer of green. I'm not sure. We'll see. I might just start with the purple flowers. Who knows? We're not there yet. We'll get there. I know I don't want to do as much of this. I just want it to, like I did back here, I just want to try to break it up, you know. All right. Don't overdo it, my dude. Okay, let's get a, where's the brush? There it is, a nice round brush. Okay, I'm gonna use this little thin guy for the background flowers because they're further away and they're smaller. And then I want to use maybe this guy who's a little thicker. See the difference between the two? Yeah. Background flowers, foreground flowers. I'm going to use this dark purple. This purple is one of my favorite dark purples to use. This is what it is. It's called Purple Pansy by Anita's. And it's just really rich. And I really like it. It's hard to get a good purple, man. Sometimes they're just too pastel or matte. This one is very vibrant. Okay, now this is how you use flowers. Super easy, right? You're going to make a cone shape. And you're just going to tap it in and make these little bubbles. So, we're going to tap it. Just like we did these trees back here, actually. To give you like a visual. So yeah, that's it. You just tap them in. Done. That one's done. I do kind of like to cluster them here and there. So if we got one going like that, I might go in and have one sprouting out next to it, going in the opposite way. Just like that. Nice. And even though my reference picture has just a whole bunch of flowers, personally for this painting, I'm not going to do that many. I just want it to be, I don't know, I want them to be there. I want them to be more spread out. That's just a personal thing. It's just what I feel like doing right now in the moment. Here we go. That's another one. Let's put some right here. And you can make them skinny, you can make them fat. Like if I want to do a fat one, maybe I'll do a fat one off on the side. And he's just chunking. He's just chunking over there. This one got a lot of sunlight, you know. He had a good bloomy season. There, nice big fat chunky one. Or you could do a skinny one. Like, let's put a skinny one right here. And it's just dots. That's all. That's all it is. Look, he's got a little friend right there. Maybe another friend. Looks like he's got a whole family sprouting out of one area. Okay, so there's like some background flowers. Let's do some in the foreground. So I need my bigger brush. Just tap that purple in and get to town. So these are like a little bit bigger. And that's it. That's all you do. You just tap that in. Now this is the background. This is the base. We will be putting highlights in just a minute. I just want to get them all painted in first, you know. Let's put one right here. Done. Let's put you here. Get one right next to the old chunky boy. Good deal. All right. Now we're moving up further or closer to the camera. Let's get an even fatter brush right here. This one's really cool. Look, it's got glitter bits in it. We got this one at like Five Below for $5. With the whole set was $5. I don't know if I can get it. Oh, there they go. They're all coming down now. It's really fun to play with. I like stuff like that. Okay. Here. Now, like I said, we're really close to the camera now, so we're going to be making these ones real big. Just like that. Just tapping it in. Do one over here in the corner. Good deal. Let's do another one right here in this corner, going in the other direction. I feel like it's missing something. You know, maybe it's missing just a couple more in the back. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Two. Let's do 3. Let's do, where do I stick you? Right here. I'll stick it right there. There. 2, 3, 1. I'm trying to create like some balance, you know. Is that like too dead center? Let's make him tall. There. Now he's tall. Get you a little more of a tip in you as well. Nice. Okay. Now we're gonna do the highlights. This one. Go back to our little guy. Okay, so for the highlights on the back flowers, I'm gonna use this itty bitty little brush. This is the brush I use to paint them. This is the brush I'm gonna use to highlight them. And I'm using just this baby purple. It's the same purple I used on the mountains. It is called Lilac, also by Rainydays. And we're gonna scatter this more, but I'm just going to do these little tiny dots up in here. Scattered out. And you can favor one side over the other if you want to, if you're doing like a light source. You don't have to. You do whatever you want. It's your painting. I'm just scattering mine. It gives the illusion that there are blossoms on these stalks, you know? It's all about tricking the eye, man. This one had 3. This big guy here. Good. Get our little chunky boy back here. This guy. Alright, moving on up. Good deal. And for these in the front, I'm going to switch over to the brush that I based these out with, just so I can get a little more, bigger highlights, you know what I mean? Here we go. And I really, really like doing these flowers. They're just really fun. They got a cool shape. I like the color purple. It's not my favorite color. My favorite color is yellow, but I like purple too. And it just like I said in that other video, it can make your painting feel a little more whimsical. They don't even have to be purple. They can be any color you want them to be. They're just really easy, you know? It's a lot of tapping, and it's just creating a shape. That's all. I mean, what else is painting but creating shapes with paintbrushes? At its base, you know? And you don't gotta be perfect or anything, you know? It's just, I don't know, it just looks pretty, no matter how you do it. They could be the messiest looking thing, and then it'd still look cute. So who cares? Just have fun, right? Okay, so now we did that. I am gonna get that thin little brush back. There it is. And I'm going to grab that green, these greens, with this really thin brush. And I'm just going to go over some of these just to really make them feel like they're in the grass, you know, and not just stamped on top of the grass, right? Which I think it just helps sell the it's a flower and it's growing aspect. That. I'm trying to go along with the original shapes that the grass under it was kind of going. Like that. You're just tucking them in. That one has a lot of that dark grass here, so I'm not going to do the light green there. I will do it in the foreground. I will go back with that dark green and go over that flower specifically. That's what I'm saying, like when you're paying attention to the grass that's already there to try to match the colors up, you know. So we'll do light green here. This can be maybe a little bit of light and dark. Okay. Let's get that dark green out. Just like that, dude. Get some here and here. A little bit on this flower, a little bit on these flowers. Put some right here on this one. All done. That's it. We're done. Yay. I think it turned out really good. Let's sign it. I need a marker or something. I have one floating around here. Maybe. It's in this drawer. No, it's not the one I want. Hold it. I'm gonna find one. I gotta organize my desk again. Sometimes I go too long without organizing it and it just gets a little out of whack. What should we sign in? At Megorium? Love Meg? Ooh boy. Let's do... Ooh, what if we did like a... right down here like that? Should we just go straight in with the marker? Let's do it. I don't know if I necessarily want to do that side of the marker. Let's do the brush tip side. Gently. Like that. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm performing surgery. Oh, that's a little fat. Like a box. Like that. 20, 24. Like a heart. Oh my gosh, look at how cute. I love it. Okay. There's turn it so y'all can see it different ways. What do y'all think? You like it? My box is crooked. That's okay. Well, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I know it's like really long. It was like an hour long, but I mean, it was fun. It was chill. Maybe you're like at work or something and you need something long form to listen to. This might be one of those videos. I do that all the time. I like turn on people's channels and just binge watch their channels, and really I'm at work and I'm just listening, you know, but it gives you something to do. And yeah, got this whole little book to fill up, and maybe I'll practice that watercolor that I talked about. Oh man, you know what I'm seeing right now that I'm looking at it through the camera? I'm seeing like a little spot, and it's gonna drive me nuts, so just give me a second. I need to futz with it. I need to get that dark purple. It's right here, dude. I didn't like that. There, fixed it. Let's just do that all over with that color, just to, so it's not in that one spot, that only color, you know. Oh no, it's blending in with those other dark colors. There. Just when you think it's done, it's not done. There's still more to do. Always, forever. Amen. Yeah. That's better, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you painted along and had fun too. And I will catch you on the next one. See ya.